Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Burren Invertebrate Conference. I'm Aine O'Connor, and I'm one of the MPWS organisers of the event. Just here to give you a brief introduction to the day before I pass over to the chair for the first of this morning's session. You'll see the programme online here. There's a couple of slight changes from the very first programme we advertised. Firstly, we have Maria Long closing out today. Adam Mantell spoke yesterday. And also, Brendan Dunford from the Burren programme is presenting instead of Sharon Parr. For those of you online, please use the online chat function. We have that open throughout the morning. And we'd love you to post your questions and comments and any discussion points you might have. Again, I would ask you to try and keep those until the speaker has finished their presentation, but throughout the rest of the morning, including when I'm talking now, please do put your chat in. And we'll monitor and bring your comments and questions to the audience and speakers. There's been a couple of questions about the recordings. We are recording all of the talks, and we do hope to bring them to you online in a few weeks' time. We'll email all of you registered for the conference, but if you keep an eye on the Invertebrate webpage on mpws.ie, which is the webpage we used for all of the conference information. You'll find the links there, hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks. We will hopefully also have another output, some sort of published report summarising the findings of the event. And again, we'll let you know when that is available and if we need contributions. Other than that, just to say that we had an excellent day yesterday. We learned an awful lot about invertebrates. I think I wrote down some numbers from the talks this morning. From Brian, we learned that about 50% of all of the red-listed or threatened invertebrate species occur in the Burren. So that goes from about 61% of the mollusks, 55% of the bees, up to 80% of the butterflies. And then Jasmine brought us a lot more information on those butterflies. 31 species, I think, occurred in the Burren, which is a huge number. All of the common ones, up to lots of rare ones. And what I think we learned that was very important from Jasmine yesterday, and illustrative of the importance of the Burren, is that those common species are becoming ever less common throughout the rest of the country, thus increasing the importance of the Burren. Dave showed us the phenomenal figures for the moths. I think it was 582 macromoths occur in the Burren and 940 micromoths, something around 62% of the fauna for Ireland. Then another figure that really jumped out at me was Adam Mantell, who worked with Roy and some others. In a relatively short study of 2 relatively small Burren sites, they recorded over 1,000 species. So really incredible numbers of species occurring in quite small areas, which was something, again, that Tom emphasised in his talk. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's 113 hoverfly species, about 62% of the fauna. And a couple of things that from Tom's talk I really took home is just how much survey effort is needed to get to grips with the species, and that there's lots more to discover. But also that one person recording invertebrates can do a huge amount still in the Burren. So lots to do, lots of interesting things to do. But also that we really do need to increase our coverage in terms of area, time and groups. And then, last but not least, one more thing from Tom, is that how small, discrete, isolated wetlands are also really important. And that's something that, from my heart as a freshwater biologist, I've always thought that as people think of the Burren as a dry place, actually those very small little wet places are incredibly important and very diverse. So then finishing with Garth, who also was looking at the wetlands, and he brought home some of the messages that Brian was giving us at the beginning as well, which is the importance of the Burren fauna, not just in Irish terms, but also in terms of all of the Western European Isles. So in terms of GB as well, we have got very important things. So today we want to look a bit more at the management and just why there are so many good things here in the Burren and how the management of the landscape here has influenced it. And we'll look at other examples elsewhere, how management and invertebrates interact, and also how important invertebrates are for our land and our lives. So with that, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Ferdia, who is a vertebrate ecologist in MPWS, but has always wanted to be an invertebrate ecologist.